not to speak to you right now, unless you're
Sir, I'm trying to talk to you to see what's going on while you're in the middle of the roadway when you're impeding traffic, which is impeding traffic on State Road.
I'm driving just like everyone else in the same place as everyone else.
Sir, do you see all the traffic here that was being held up? I'm trying to ask you politely, do you go on the sidewalk? Is there an issue with going on the sidewalk?
There is.
Okay, what's the issue, sir?
It's dangerous to drive on the sidewalk.
It's more dangerous to be in the middle of the road for you. We don't want to see you get hurt. We can't have this type of impeded traffic.
I thought there was plenty of room. People were going right by.
Sir, it's a 2-lane highway here. It's a state road.
It's a 4-lane highway.
On your side, it's 2 lanes over here.
Correct. So there's plenty of room to pass.
They do not have this. If you see on roadways, they have a sign where they have for bicycles. On this road, they don't have that here. The state did not put something there for that. I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about somebody with the way you're driving on the roadway causing an accident. That's what I'm concerned about. Your well-being and the well-being of others on this roadway.
Well, then why aren't you stopping the people who you think might hit me rather than stopping me? I'm driving in the
you don't have the right
safe and legal way.
Are you recording me right now, sir?
I am, yes.
Okay. You did not inform me of that.
Right.
Okay.
But I did not. But I did not.
Is it audio?
I did not conceal the fact that I was recording from you.
You did not tell me that you were recording me. You just, as I noticed that you have that there, why wouldn't you tell me, sir?
Because you were talking to me. I was listening to what you had to say.
Well, sir, I'm concerned about your well-being on the roadway. That's why I tried to explain to you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but I am well-versed in bicycle safety, and I am driving the...
Okay. Do you have the proper signals and everything for this vehicle?
Yes, I do.
Do you consider it a vehicle on the roadway?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So are you going to stay on the sidewalk or are you going to go on the road?
I am going to continue driving on the roadway.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Mitch had a similar dealing. Something outstanding maybe here.
Mitchell Cook, is that who you're talking about?
Have you dealt with him before?
I have. In fact, I sued him in federal court.
Yes, and so you're doing this again.
Yes.
And how did that go, sir?
We made a settlement contract where we agreed on the rules of the road.
Okay. Well, what are the rules of the road?
The rules of the road are exactly as they say in the law, which are the same for all drivers of all different types of vehicles.
Is that considered a motor vehicle?
It is not considered a motor vehicle, but it is a vehicle.
So where is it supposed to be operated? On the shoulder of the road or down the middle of the road?
It is supposed to be operated in the same manner as any other vehicle.
Not you're asking on the shoulder road or middle of the road, sir?
I think that the question doesn't make sense.
Sure it does. On the side of the road or down the middle of the travel lane?
Yes, in the travel lane is a proper place to drive a bicycle, just like it's a proper place to drive every other type.
Well, we would argue that that would impede traffic flow and it cause a panic and alarm to the citizens, and therefore could be construed as disorderly conduct if you fail to move to the side of the road and to stop impeding traffic for your safety and the public's. You're failing to take into consideration that the public could be hurt just as much as you could from an accident.
I am a trained cycling instructor, and I'm aware of what is safe and unsafe.
Do you have a license being?
I could send you documents later.
Do you have it on you right now, sir?
No, I don't.
If you don't have it on you right now, sir, how do I know you are? How do I prove that?
You don't, but I can.
But if you don't have the proper license and the stuff to prove to me that you are, I can't allow you to be on the roadway.
It's a license to teach. I'm not teaching a
Well,
class right now.
you're telling me you have a license. Where is it?
No, I'm
sir?
telling you I have a license to. I'm telling you I have a license to teach a cycling safety program. I do not need a license to drive.
They teach you in a safety
non-motor
program to
vehicle.
drive down the middle of a travel lane?
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
Who's your instructor who did that,
Who
sir?
teaches you that?
A program called Cycling Savvy was created by Kerry Caffrey and Mike Wilson.
And how many
in Orlando,
bicycles can
Florida.
travel in a travel lane? Can you ride two abreast?
Two abreast is allowed. More than two abreast is not allowed.
Actually, they repealed the two abreast. It's supposed to be single file on the shoulder.
No, it was single file, and they repealed that, and now two abreast
When
is
did they
allowed.
appeal, sir? Do you know when they appealed it?
I believe it was 2008.
So you're not positive, you believe.
I could look it up, but I think it was
Okay.
around then.
Well, as of right now, you're impeding the traffic, and you said you have a license to do that, and obviously you don't have it on you. So you have the proper.
No, I said I don't need a license to do that.
Okay.
There is no bicycle driver license. Bicyclists have the right
Okay.
to drive without a license.
So you've already went through this before on Route 9, and you've sued and everything, and what was the outcome of that, sir?
The outcome was I forget what the technical term is, but it was a contract that basically the town of Hadley would respect my right to drive on the roadway.
Really? Do you have
Yeah.
that settlement here so I can see it?
No, but I would be happy to send it to you later.
Okay, well, I don't have it right now, sir, so you're just telling me, I'm just going what you're stating. And I don't have any documentation that says that. So as of right now, I can't allow you to be on the roadway because of the disturbance like this.
you
Although
could-
the traffic and impeding traffic flow.
There are a number of people you could contact to
Well,
get
it's
those
up to you.
documents right now.
As
It's not my responsibility to
It's not your
carry those
responsibility.
documents with me.
Well, how am I know you're telling the truth then?
Well, if you would talk to me later when I could get the documents together, then you would know.
Well, as of right now, if you don't have documents for me, how am I supposed to allow you to do that?
Because
Your word?
because that's the law, is that I'm allowed to do that.
You are?
You're supposed to know what the law is.
And I'm asking for your documentation on what you're saying the town of Hadley's allowing you to do. I'm asking you to prove to me that they're allowing you to do that, like you just stated to me.
You need to give me some idea of what specific law you think I'm violating. I don't have to prove to you that I'm not violating the law. You have to prove to me that I am violating the law.
Well, here's my question, you sir.
Yes.
When I first came upon you, you didn't tell me you didn't tell me I was being recorded. You didn't tell me I was being videoed. You didn't state that to me. I have a right to know that, don't I? Am I not just a police officer,
No.
but a citizen too? So I don't have any rights?
Sergeant Cook is on his way out to speak with you about the court ruling, and I think you're misinterpreting. So we can stand by to speak with you. Okay?
Okay.
336, what's your status?
Cook is a sergeant now? I didn't even think he worked for the town anymore.
Oh, yes.
Still speaking to the individual as of right now. Former Sergeant Cook, the situation we're having at this point, and we'll be heading to our location, which is in front of Hopkins High School.
You're in front of Hopkins and you need the 349 there?
He's already been contacted by 363. He has dealt with this situation before with this individual. So we'll be just standing by for Sergeant Cook to explain it to him.
Alright, 363, are you also on scene?
Yes.
Yes, he is also standing by.
Okay.
So it looks like there might be a little mix-up here.
Yes. Something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get to the. We'll see
How
what
many
the.
911 calls did we receive on this?
We'll get to the bottom. We'll figure out what is a proper thing that you believe should be traveling on a bicycle. Okay.
Okay.
But as I stated before, I don't appreciate that. You don't when I get on my vehicle that you don't tell me I'm being audioed and videoed at this time.
Well, I apologize. That would have been the polite thing to do.
And I was never rude to you, so I don't understand that I did not.
I wouldn't disagree with that. But
Well, that's fine. That's
Anyway.
fine. Okay.
I did not actively conceal the fact that I was recording, however. So I'd like that to be noted.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Are you on any medication or anything right now? Are you fine? I just want to make sure your
Your eyes are
well-being's
very
fine.
twitchy and seems like
I just want to make sure you're okay and everything.
I am okay, except for that I am being detained by police officers. That's my only problem at the moment.
Or you impeded traffic. You impeded the travel lane of in this town. And the reason why I am speaking to you at this time, we have received 911 calls. Concerned about your well-being, and concerned about why you're riding a bicycle in the middle of the road. So, we're responding to a call from individuals that are concerned about you.
are you on medication?
Is that relevant to your investigation?
Yeah,
here?
because your actions might indicate that maybe there was some other underlying issues here. We're concerned for you. Okay, your eyes are twitching. You're looking around. It seems like you have some type of neurological issue, or you're on medication and maybe have taken a little bit too much of something. And to let you get back on a bicycle, I'd be negligent in my duties. I'm really concerned for your safety, sir.
Okay, I understand that you're concerned. However, if you're concerned, then I would urge you to look into what the best practices of bicycle safety actually are, and then you would understand why I'm driving the way I'm driving.
Okay, but now I'm looking at why you're acting the way you're acting.
Do you think you need medical attention right now?
No, I do not need
Are you
medical
fine right
attention.
now?
Yes.
You don't think you need medical attention?
And you don't have a
I'm medically
neurological
fine right
issue?
now. I do not have a neurological issue.
And you're not on medication?
I am on medication, but I'm not
Well,
having any
the officer's
kind of
asking because he's concerned about your well-being. That's why.
We don't need an ambulance or anything like that. You're feeling okay?
That's correct. I'm feeling physically fine.
Because you're not exhibiting that. You look like there's something wrong.
Well, I do have a nystagmus. That might be what you're picking up on.
Yeah.
That my eyes are darting around. So yeah.
Okay, that's what just an magnet. It's not something I see every day, but we see that in some cases of drug and opiate overdose.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure you're okay.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm physically fine. I promise you.
All right.
Yeah, we're just concerned for your well-being. So how did you think that court ruling went when you did sue us?
Station 350.
Or the town of Hadley?
The ruling included a trying to remember the exact language. The ruling included a contract of understanding that I was entitled to drive a bicycle and use and control the lane when necessary.
To avoid potholes, intersection issues, things like that. But in a long stretch of road, like such as back in front of O'Connell's from the bridge all the way to this corner,
There are many hazards associated with riding on the edge, and one of them that is relevant on long stretches is that motorists don't realize in time that they need to change lanes to safely pass, so you get buzzed all the time.
Do you do this in other towns and cities?
Yes, I do.
You do? Do the police ever stop you in other towns or cities?
I have been stopped by police in other towns.
You know, you have been.
Yes.
And what was the outcome of those interactions with those police officers?
In most of the cases, they let me go on my way. In one case,
As long as you agreed to stay to the shoulder of the road,
no, with no agreement.
so you just continued down the middle of the road.
No, I was not in the middle of the road.
Can I ask you
Middle of travel lane.
why would you drive in the middle of the road when we have a bike path that goes through our whole town? For bicycles, why would you do that? Where there's no vehicles?
Because this is much more convenient. It's
Well,
straighter,
convenient for
it's
you, but
straighter,
what about
it's
the
faster,
motorists?
it's wider. I mean, why are all these people driving here? Because it's a convenient route. Hello there.
How are you?
I've been better.
You're being audio video recorded.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
that's correct.
Long time no see.
Right.
So, I came out because obviously I have intimate knowledge as to the previous occurrences that have happened.
Right.
Okay? So, I'll flash back to the way that this case ended. Okay? And the way this case ended is the court said that we couldn't go and stop you based on just simply our observations. Okay?
Right.
Okay, so if you're driving down the road and I see you driving down the middle of the travel lane, absent a call, we can't stop you or anything like that. Okay? The judge also said in his motion that the law does not allow for you just to simply drive down the travel lane. That's in the ruling. That's in the summary judgment. Okay? We have a 911 call that our department received stating that you were driving down the middle of the travel lane and you were obstructing traffic. That's the reason that these officers were called here, sent here, and stopped you.
Right.
Okay? So that's where we're at.
Okay.
Okay?
As you can, I hope you can see that the travel lane is fairly narrow. It's not wide enough for a bicycle and a motor vehicle to drive safely side by side. So it would be unsafe for me to move to the right and not control the lane in a lane that narrow.
And that's well within your judgment to make, okay? But you have to understand that we had a call,
Yes.
okay? And that's why we're here, okay? It has nothing to do with you personally. If any one of us would have seen you driving down the middle of the travel lane, we would have driven right by. But because we had a call, we had to come here, okay? And I'm just advising you that the reason that we came and we stopped you was because we had a call, and I think that you should probably review the judge's summary, the summary judgment the judge wrote that says that you can't just drive down the travel lane because you feel as though it's unsafe. That's not what the law was designed for. So with that, we're going to terminate this. You understand why we got called here. It wasn't just a stop based on our observations. Do you have any questions or comments?
Okay. Yes, I have one question.
Okay, go for it.
So you don't think that if you had just seen me drive as I was driving, you would not think it was worthy of a stop? Is that correct?
No, the judge issued in his order that our view or perception of the danger is not enough for us to stop you. Okay? So that was one of my contentions that I had when we first started having our interactions. Because of my personal knowledge of this roadway, I was concerned for your safety.
Right.
Okay? The judge has said that that's not enough for us to interact with you, to stop you and interact you and try and
Right, that there has to be an articulable
there has
violation.
to be an articulable danger, okay?
Right.
Or an articulable incident, okay? That incident was the 911 call that was placed to us and the report that you were obstructing traffic. Now I will tell you this, regardless of your mode of transportation, if we got a call about a car that was driving 5 miles an hour over the Coolidge Bridge and was obstructing traffic, we would go about it the same way. Does that answer your question?
Not really, but I'll let it go.
Well, I want to
Anyway.
answer your question the best way that I can.
Well, because it sounded like you were saying that you were not stopping me because of my behavior, but only because somebody complained about my behavior. That's
Well,
what it sounded like you were saying.
Someone called in about your behavior, about your traveling, obstructing traffic. Now, when the officers came about you, you were engaged in the conduct that was reported to us. Okay?
Right.
So that's why we're here.
But the conduct that was reported to you is not conduct that you would have stopped me for.
No, because the judge has said to us that we can't just say what you're doing is unsafe.
Right.
Okay? But we had a call that said that you were driving out of the middle of travel lane and that you're obstructing traffic. Okay? Obstruction of traffic, we both know from our interactions previously that there actually is a code of Massachusetts regulation that addresses obstruction of traffic. We know that there's a municipal bylaw within a town of Hadley that addresses
It's
obstruction.
specifically about unnecessary obstruction.
Correct, and that's, I think, and we can both agree that that's where our interpretations don't quite align.
Right.
Okay.
But I would also say that because there's a second lane, there is no obstruction. There's no way I could obstruct.
Right.
I could create an obstruction of that wide of a road.
Right.
Our observations did show clearly that you had traffic backed up from the corner backed up all the way to the bridge with people backed up in traffic.
And that's what
So
I'm trying.
you were obstructing.
And that's what I'm trying to remind you of is that what the judge said during that summary judgment was that your opinion of what is safe does not allow you to drive down the middle of the travel lane. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So unless you have other questions or concerns or comments,
I have no other questions.
okay, then we're all set then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Am I free to leave?
Absolutely.
Okay.